This is Taskspoon. Or well, this was Taskspoon. After completing the elite tier of the task spreadsheet, my fate is now determined by this wheel. Whatever it lands on, I have to do. Join me in my quest to complete the collection log one item at a time. Welcome to WheelSpoon. Hello everybody and welcome to episode 2 of WheelSpoon. In the last video, we started things off pretty hot. I got a couple of nice collection logs, and then Yama came out, so I decided to come over and try out the new boss, where I got a few more easy collection logs with a couple more left on here that I'm going to try to get to start this video. I think these are going to be my first options when I roll a boss unique anyway, so I'm just going to get the easy ones out of the way, maybe try and get one of the cooler uniques, and then we'll move on to back onto the wheel. But for now, I'm just going to go back to Yama. Honestly, I just absolutely love this boss. I think it's really fun, and I want to kill more of it. So that's what I'm going to do first. Oh yeah, one thing I forgot to mention, there's actually 3 collection log slots I'm trying to get here, because for some reason, the Oathplate shards just aren't on the collection log anywhere. They count as a collection log item, like when you get them, you get the pop-up, but if you search Oathplate, you can see they're just not anywhere in here. I don't know why that is. I think they just messed up, but so I'm actually looking for the Oathplate shards, the teleport scrolls, and the Forgotten Lockbox, all of which are around like 1 in 15 to 1 in 30. None of them are particularly rare, so hopefully it doesn't take too long. In the last video, I talked a little bit about the loot system, and I was confused because on the wiki it gave a range for the Aether Crystals, but I was always getting the maximum amount. And I realized now that it's just because I'm doing it in a solo. The range was probably the difference between people duoing and somebody doing really low contribution was probably the minimum end, and then people soloing and getting the maximum, which is 850, and getting the full amount. So I think it's just always 850, and then it splits it based on contribution for duos, but because I'm solo, it's just always going to give me the max, which makes a lot of sense. I don't know why I didn't think about that. Oh, neat. So the Diabolic Worms are not a collection log, even though I think they sort of should be considering they're a unique item from Yama, but that's okay. But what they do is they allow you to catch anglerfish like 40% faster or something. I don't really know exactly how it works. You get less XP, but more fish, which is exactly what I want, because I generally just want the supplies. I don't really care about the experience. And I've actually been fishing anglerfish in my spare time, which is why I have such a big stack. I have 21,000 anglerfish, but these are nice. Now, 90 worms isn't going to last very long, but if I just put them in there and I get a few more during this grind, I can go and use them. So I'll take it. Hey, collection log! So, as you can see, there they are, Oathplate shards. They're in the collection log. The number went up, but I have no idea where they put them. But either way, there is 12 Oathplate shards, which again, in a solo, you're always going to get 12. Usually in a duo, you'd split those around 6-6. And you need 350 of them to make a single Oathplate armor piece. So I'm expecting to end up with 2 armor pieces and then make the third if I had to guess. But until I get 2, I'm not going to use these, even if I have 350. So they are just going to sit there in the bank for a long time. Hey, a PP. Hey, a barrel. Hey, another collection log. It's always nice when you have a really clean boss fight and you get rewarded with an item. I think I had a perfect final phase. I think I got hit once by a wall, maybe once by a flame wall in phase 1 and 2, but the end of the fight was so clean, and then I got one of the items I was looking for. Now, unfortunately, the Chasm Teleport Scroll is essentially useless. I mean, the Spirit Tree, or rather the Fairy Ring, is right there. I don't know why I would bother using these. I don't know, but collection log acquired, 1 more to go. Well, and these 4, but 1 more until I'm sort of satisfied. Hey, more shards. Even though I said that the shards were going to sit in my bank forever and they were kind of useless for right now, essentially every shard drop is sort of like 1/30th of an Oathplate piece. So although it's going to take a while, it's still a good drop. I am zooming. 549? What? Hey, more shards. Let's go. 15,000 fire runes? Well, I guess that sort of makes up for it, considering each one of these Dark Demon Bane casts is 12 fire runes, so 15,000's nice. I was not expecting that. Oh my god, I'm gaming. So I decided last night I'd killed enough Yama, so I was doing some editing, and I was talking a little bit about Yama in the last video, so you'll hear that then. And then this morning I woke up, and they actually put out some hotfixes to Yama, but they didn't fix anything. They actually just nerfed the drop rates of the 4 main items. So that's a little disappointing. I understand why they did it. Kills were pretty fast, and there was a bit too many of them coming into the game, but as someone who didn't get lucky on my initial kills, it was a little disappointing to see that now I'm going to essentially be doing the same thing, but have a 30% less chance to get any of the items. Oh well. A barrel. Huh, okay, sure. So now that some time has passed, we actually know a little bit more about what you can get from the dossiers, specifically the drop rates on things. And I'll put them on screen here. I'm not going to go through them all, obviously, because there's too much here. But most often, you're going to get a contract of some kind. And then if not that, you're going to get the right of vile transference, which is what I got the first time. And then sometimes you're going to get some teleports. The teleports are pretty lame. I really hope I don't get those. I honestly, same with the right of vile transference. I have no use for them. So honestly, I'm just hoping for, like, any contract. Awesome. I don't know, maybe one day I'll be going for multiple kills in a trip and the teleport scrolls will be more viable to use to get there, but right now it just seems like a complete waste. I mean, yeah, it's a little bit faster, but I know I'm going to run out so much quicker, and the fairy ring's right there, so I'm not going to bother, but whatever. Barrel. Another barrel, okay. According to the wiki, the barrel is a 1 in 18.35, and somehow I have 6 of them already, and the Forgotten Lockbox is supposed to be a 1 in 31, and I don't have one yet. So that's kind of annoying, but at least this means I've got lots of Surge Potions. Again, I don't know where I'm going to use them, but this will make me more likely to use them because I'll have a lot of them, so we'll take it, I guess. Nice. Another dossier. All right, we'll take it. I was watching back the last clip where I was talking about the dossiers, and I noticed that the picture in the log just looks nothing like the item itself. I don't know why it is that way. They really messed up with the log. Apparently, it doesn't even drop the Dragon Chain body. The Oathplate shards are still missing. This item doesn't look like the real item. It's just all sorts of messed up. But please, any contract would be great. More teleports. I hate this game. I didn't even know that was a drop here. Damn. Yeah, so I went and looked it up, and sure enough, Onyx Bolt Tips are a 1 in 92 drop. Of course, I can't get the 1 in 32 Forgotten Lockbox, but I can get these. Not that I'm complaining, it's a lot of money, but still. Man, I've been getting so many of these Rune Plate bodies, I just assumed they were one of the more common drops. Like, based on my kill count, I thought they were like 1 in 5. They are also about a 1 in 31-ish. I've gotten 6 drops of these. I have 48 Rune Plate bodies and no boxes. What is going on? Why? Like, it's a good drop, but just give me the box, man. Alright, well, I got another barrel there. I forgot to record it, but honestly, I don't think I'm going to bother anymore. I've got so many of them already. Hey, that's a good drop. Alright, well, I have hit 95 KC, and the drop rate being 1 in 31.84 means that I've now hit triple the drop rate for this stupid little box. I did not expect this to take nearly this long. In fact, I'm almost at the drop rate to see one of the good uniques, which I believe is 1 in 120 to see any of the armor pieces or the horn. But I'm just gonna keep going until I get the stupid box, because I've already committed this much time, might as well continue. Hey, let's go. Finally, dude, 104 KC, let's go. So the box has a little bit of an interesting drop table. It's not just another roll on the Yama table like I expected at first. It has its own drop table that has some dragon bolts, dragon darts, dragon legs, some coins, but most importantly, Oathplate shards and the Oathplate armor pieces themselves. So maybe I'll be rewarded for going so dry on the box? No. Awesome. I know I've been complaining a lot because going 3 times the rate anywhere is annoying, but to be honest, I really like Yama and I think the boss is a lot of fun, so I can't really complain about that part of it, but I'll probably be back pretty soon. I want those Oathplate armor pieces. Those are actually big upgrades for me and seem somewhat easy to get. Maybe not easy, but a lot quicker than any other upgrades like Torva or anything like that. So I'll probably be back at Yama fairly soon, but for now, we are done with the easy clogs, so we're going back to the wheel. Alright, well, we are so back on the wheel. I added 4 to the boss category waiting for the 4 new items, the Oathplate armor and the horn. And let's just click it and see what we're doing. I really wanted to do the minigame one, but okay, let's do some clue things. So for the clue category on the wheel, I can do any clues that I want. I just have to get 3 new collection logs each time. And luckily, I already have a bunch of caskets, mostly from like AFK fishing, as well as just a little bit of PVM that I've done. So I'm just going to open these, starting with the lower ones, moving up, and hope for 3 new items. So starting off with the easies, I've got 9 caskets. Probably not the best odds, considering I'm only missing 21 items, but let's just do it. Well, there's 1 blue elegant skirt, 1 out of 3, perfect. That's already 1 more than I was expecting. And I forgot to drop my master clue! Disaster! Okay, let's actually remember to drop my master clue this time. 9 medium caskets. Again, probably not the best odds. Not missing too many, but let's just do it. Already 1 more. Wow, 2 out of 3. Let's go. A master clue. Oh, it already went on the ground. Perfect. All right, well, 2 out of 3. This is going so much better than I thought initially. And next up is the hards. 21 caskets this time, so a lot better odds in that regard, even though I, again, am not missing too many of the items on here. Really, most of the items I'm missing are either elite, master, or somewhere on the rare categories. So either way, let's just start opening. We only need 1 more, so I'm feeling pretty good about it. Another master, great. Hey, there we go. 3 out of 3 uniques. That went so much better than I thought it would. And I got 2 master clues to go and do, as well as I got another really easy triple step, and I need to decide which of these is actually better to keep. But yeah, things are looking great right now. This is awesome. Alright, well, that was a nice quick one. I got the rest of these caskets along with 2 more masters for the next clue task. And let's go back to the wheel. Alright, back on the wheel. Just gonna bump this down 1 for the completed task. And let's see what we're doing. Oh, I want the minigame skilling one. Come on. Alright, well, more clues. Let's do it. Yeah, so it turns out when I said save these for the next time, now is the next time. So let's just do it. 6 hard caskets. You already know the deal. Let's see if we get anything. All right, we'll take it. 1 out of 3. Nice, good start. And don't worry, I definitely didn't forget to drop my master clue again, but I didn't get any master clue rolls, so it's fine. I didn't lose out on any. And 12 elite caskets this time. Elites are probably one of the ones that I'm missing the most from, but just in general, elite uniques are rather rare. So of these 12, I'm honestly expecting like 1 new unique would be fine. So let's just do it. A master clue, that's something. A dupe, awesome. A mimic, okay, well that's something. So maybe not a mimic, I think it just doesn't let you open elite caskets if your inventory's full in case you would have got a mimic because you can't drop the mimic casket. I don't know, I'm just gonna try and open these other 3. Yeah, okay, it wasn't a mimic, but it was a new item, look at that, let's go. My favorite elite collection log item, heck yeah. Alright, well, 2 more caskets, only need 1 more new unique, let's see it. Oh, I was like, what the heck is that? So that's the thing, that was my 200th elite casket, so I get this heavy casket, which is a wieldable casket. Honestly, looks pretty cool. Really unfortunate that it's not in the collection log. I don't know why they didn't just add it there, but kind of cool. Confusing, but cool. 1 more casket. All right. And lastly, the 2 master caskets that I literally just got. Again, master clues have lots of uniques available for me, but are generally fairly rare, so I'm not really expecting anything in these 2, but it would be cool to finish the task. No! Alright, last chance. Went and did that master clue that I have. Can we get a new thing? No. Alright, well, let's go and get some clues somehow. Well, I figured I had all those caskets from fishing anglers before, and I have all these diabolic worms from Yama, so I might as well do some more of this and then just go and do whatever clues I get. And not to mention, I need to do some editing, so this will be nice and AFK for me. A little bit less AFK, considering these worms are faster, but, you know. So I did a little bit of research into trying to figure out what are the best clue methods for AFK skilling, which is a really weird combination of things, but I think mining amethyst is probably my favorite so far. It combines a nice long AFK time with the expert mining gloves, giving you 3 or 4 hits on the amethyst before needing to click again, but it also has a pretty high clue rate. I've been getting a couple clues an hour here of varying difficulties, and I've gone and done a bunch of them. I have a couple more to go and do, and I'm going to do those, and then we're going to open them. As well as I think I have 2 dark totems. I might do those as well, but as you can see, got 3 of each clue, 2 more to do here, and then we'll go and open the caskets. Alright, 16 caskets here of varying difficulty. I think I'm just going to start from easy and work my way up and open until I get a new thing. We got a new thing! Guthix chaps, let's go. And I've got a few hard and elite caskets ready for the next clue task, and we're done another one. 5 collection log slots away from that dragon rank. That is going to be cool. And I'm going to organize this stuff, and then we'll go back to the wheel. Alright, here we go, back on the wheel. I already changed the clue weighting, so let's just do it. I am hoping for something fun, maybe a minigame one, or maybe a pet one again. Let's just spin and see what we're doing. Okay, combat achievements, that's fun, let's do it. So as far as the combat achievements go, I have it broken up by number of tasks and not number of points, mostly because it just seemed easier to do and to manage. So I just need to do 5 combat achievements of any difficulty, and I think I am going to try and do sort of the easiest ones first. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean I'm going to do the ones in the hard category. Some of the ones in the hard category I think are going to be more difficult than other ones in the elite category, but I think that's a good starting place, so I'm going to go through and look at these and decide what I want to do first. And now that I'm actually looking at these hard combat achievements, I think I'm going to go and do the 4 that are in God War's dungeon, which 3 of them are just to kill the boss while the bodyguards are dead, so that should be pretty easy, essentially just 1 KC at each boss. And then this one where I have to kill General Gardor while he's immobilized, I'll just do my 1 kill with magic, I guess. That might be kind of rough, but I'll do it with magic and I'll kill all the bodyguards first. I don't know, this seems pretty easy. So I think I'm going to start with Krill. I think this one's going to be the easiest because I can just bind him with the Scorching Bow spec. I'm a little concerned that I'm going to run out of specs considering I have to DPS all of them down and then the boss and then kill each one and then kill the boss. It's going to be a bit, but hopefully I have enough time, and if not, I'll just go to Altar Door and try it that way. Okay, I implied that that would be easy, but it ended up being way harder than I initially thought. But oh well, we got it done. Alright, Zilyana next, again, should be on the easier side. I'm just gonna Venom the minions with the Blowpipe and the Serp Helm, and then get her low, run around in circles, hit the minions a bit maybe if they're not dead yet, and then kill the boss. Easy. Oh, it was so easy. I'm gaming. Alright, now, Grardor I am much more concerned about, for two reasons. For starters, I didn't really think through how I'm gonna kill the minions, so I guess it's just gonna be with the Trident, which I'm gonna assume is gonna be some pretty poor DPS. And for two, I'm very concerned that I'm not gonna be able to land a freeze consistently, and Grardor is going to punch me in the face. But other than those two things, we should be fine. Alright, well that actually wasn't too bad at all, although I got really lucky, and I'm glad that I noticed that I forgot a prayer potion and was prayer flicking halfway through, because I definitely would have run out of prayer, but... oh, it didn't count, he got unimmobilized. Oh, I'm so sad. Okay, I'll go do it again. I forgot that he actually needed to be immobilized at the exact moment he died, and I was too focused on prayer flicking, but... I'm surprised. I was actually able to land freezes okay, so I'm just going to go back in with a prayer pot, and this time I don't need to worry about the minions. I can just kill the boss, so should be significantly easier. Although I gotta get KC again, that's annoying. Okay, I waited an entire extra cycle just to make sure he was definitely frozen when he died. Oh hey, Griff Guardian, grats. But that should be it, right? Yeah, there we go. Well, honestly, I said that I wasn't necessarily just going to do them based on tier, but now that I need one more and I'm one combat achievement away from finishing all the hards, I might as well go and do it. Kill the KBD 10 times in a privately rented instance without leaving should be so incredibly easy, it'll just take, like, I don't know, half hour or something, but I'll go do that. Now, unfortunately, I don't have the pleasure of being on a Slayer task like I usually would for KBD, but... I did bring the Blood Fury, so as long as I don't run out of prayer, I shouldn't ever die, and I just need to do 10 kills, so it shouldn't be too bad. I also completely forgot that there's, like, literally nothing to do during this fight, so I can just prayer flick the whole time. I probably could have brought, like, one prayer pot, but oh well, I'm over-prepared. Well, there we go. We are done. I forgot how much I don't really like KBD. There's so many times, like that last kill, 1:41 seconds. Sometimes KBD just decides that you're not allowed to hit him, and that's the way it is. But, like, so many kills, like 37 seconds, 45 seconds, and then just randomly 1:48 seconds. But, whatever, we're done. And more importantly, we have greened the hard combat achievements, which is less relevant now that they have the combat achievement point system. You no longer need to do that to finish the tier, but it is still cool to see in the overview here. And we finished the task, so let's go back to the wheel. Let's get a new one. I'm actually so concerned about the last combat achievement task that I'll have to do. Like, the end of the combat achievement tasks are going to be so much harder than anything else. Needing to do, like, all the Inferno tasks and, like, perfect TOB and all that, I don't want to think about it. Instead, let's just spin the wheel and see what we're doing next. Okay, we're going bossing. Let's go. So my immediate reaction was, I want to go back to Yama. I just like the boss, and I really want the Oathplate armor. It'd be a really nice upgrade for me. But I've already done so much Yama in this video, I'm gonna save it. There won't be any more Yama until at least the next video, which means that I need to come up with something else to do. And if you recall, I forget if it was earlier in this episode or the last one, but I was actually going for some Boss Slayer tasks, and I ended up with 2 Smoke Devils tasks. So I'm gonna go and do both of these first, and at least try for the jar. It's kind of unlucky that I actually get it, but I have the tasks already, so let's just go do it. First things first, if you recall, the last time I was killing Thermy, I tried to get the combat achievement for killing him with only specs on the very last kill of my task, and turns out the Burning Claws burn damage cancels that combat achievement. So I'm back here, I'm going to whack this guy with an unpoisoned Dragon Dagger a bunch of times, just to get the combat achievement, and then we'll green log those combat achievements, and then we'll kill the boss normally. Awesome. So I decided to try out the redemption method with the prayer regeneration potions, and it worked pretty well, but occasionally, as you saw there, sometimes it'll proc your redemption on the same tick that you just restored prayer, and you have to tank, I think it's 6 hits, because he attacks every 2 ticks and it restores every 12, so you have to tank 6 hits and hope that he doesn't kill you, and every once in a while, he just sort of does, and I don't know if there's anything I can do about it. I mean, I did try to eat, I was just slow, but either way, I think it's cool, but I think I like maging more. Maging's more AFK, so I'm gonna do that. Neat. Alright, there is the first Thermy task completed. That was the shorter one. I'm gonna go and do some clues, and we go again. Another one. Another one. Another one. Alright, last kill of the second Smoke Devil's task. No jar. Bunch of clues, bunch of occult necklaces, but yeah, no jar. Let's go find something else to do. So I mentioned before that I really do want to go back to Yama, mostly for the drops. I'd love some Oathplate armor pieces, but I don't want to do any more in this video, so I want to try and do a boss that will help me with Yama in the future. And I think the best thing to do would be go back to the Desert Treasure 2 bosses and try and get some Virtus pieces. And I think I'm either going to do Duke or Leviathan. I need some other drops at both. The Venator Vestige, both Soul Reaper Axe pieces, and obviously the Virtus itself. So I think I'm going to do some of either one of those. I don't really know which one yet, though. Maybe both. I decided to start with some Leviathan, mostly because there's a couple extra drops in the Pet and the Vestige, as well as it's just been a long time since I've killed this boss, and I have a bunch of gear upgrades, so I want to try it out. Hey, speed time, let's go. So I was just re-gearing, getting ready to go back in, and I was looking at my setup, and I can't help but notice that the Archer's Ring is just such a bad ring. Like, the bonuses are so mediocre. I'm pretty sure it's just 8 ranged accuracy and 8 ranged defense. Like, that feels so bad. So for now, I'm just going to swap that out for the Suffering. But that's not what I was recording this clip for. I don't know where my Suffering is. That's not what I was recording this clip for. What I realized is I'm actually 1 Venator Vestige away from having the best in slot setup for specifically a Bofa. Obviously, like a T-Bone Masori or ZCB would be better, but for a Bofa setup, all I need is the Venator Vestige, and I actually have the best in slot Bofa setup. So that does actually make me want to grind out Leviathan even more, as well as the Soul Reaper Axe piece and the Virtus pieces. Honestly, I think Leviathan is going to be a good place for me to do my boss unique tasks. Hey, there we go. Nice. So that was the combat achievement for doing 5 perfect kills in a row, which obviously that means I'm getting a lot more comfortable with the mechanics of the boss, which is really nice. I actually really like the boss. I think fighting it is very fun. I just wish there wasn't so many supply drops. I'd had a 10 kill trip that trip, and I got 6 supply drops and 4 loot drops. It's just, you know, it can be nice when you want to extend your trip, but for a boss that's so easy to get back to, it just feels so unnecessary. By the way, I do always look at combat achievements before I go to a boss, and for Leviathan, the only ones I had left were the perfect achievement, which you just saw me get, the 3 speed times, where I already got 1 of them, and then it's 125 and 110, which my PB is like 138, so probably not going to happen. unless I get really lucky. Awaken Leviathan, and then this no-nonsense one that I'm not going to mess with. So, other than speed tasks, we're basically done with those. Hey, an ingot. The ingots are generally not super useful anymore now that you can just make them out of Rune and Addy ore, but it is still cool to see my first drop here because I've done 106 kills, and that was the first kind of cool thing, so we'll take it. Okay, that was so fast. Hey, 124, let's go. That was absolutely insane hit RNG, and I still only beat the time by 1 second. So I'm going to assume that the Grandmaster speed time is actually impossible for me until I go for it, like, intentionally with other methods. But there we go. All the combat achievements I can do, done. Orb. So I've been doing my clues every time I get them from Leviathan, pretty much just at the end of the trip, make sure I don't miss out on any caskets. And I had this elite clue over here in Mire Ditch, and I accidentally misclicked and noticed that you can just sort of walk on the air above this ladder. How did I never know this before? So I figured now would be a good time for an update. I've been killing a bunch of Leviathan. I have done 270 kills so far, and I felt like that was a lot. So I decided to go and look up what the actual rate is for any of the items that I'm missing. So the 5 items being the lure, the vestige, and the 3 Virtus pieces. And apparently it is about a 1 in 154 chance to get any of these 5 items from a kill. And I've done 270 kills, meaning that I am almost double the drop rate to see any of these items, which is a little disappointing because obviously I would rather have already got the item, but it does also mean that I'm a little bit more optimistic that it might happen soon. So I was sort of debating on whether or not I was going to continue when I started this whole thing, but I think I am. It's been a while. I haven't really been able to play very much in this past week where I've done these 270 kills, but I should be able to play a lot more now, so I'm just going to go back to it. Not the most exciting update, but there's where I'm at. Hey, an ingot. I almost didn't even notice. They're so cheap now. I don't know if I've mentioned this before, but I do plan on going for Blood Torva eventually. Now, it's probably going to be a very, very long time, considering I don't even have Torva yet, and there's no way I'm going to go for Blood Torva before having Torva, but once I get full Torva and then feel the need to do the Awakened bosses, I do want to do them, as well as I do want Grandmaster, and that is part of it. So, yeah, the orbs are good, just not exactly what I'm looking for right now. Oh my god, I got the pet. Oh my goodness. Okay. Well then, let's go. Oh, he's so cute. What the heck? Well, that's pretty cool. Not exactly what I was expecting to finish this task, but I will 100% take it. Obviously, with it being more rare, I'd rather have it first, and now when I come back to Leviathan, I should be sort of primed for a vestige and hopefully eventually get a Virtus piece. I mean, what is my luck with Desert Treasure 2 bosses? I have no Virtus pieces, yet I have the Leviathan pet, I have the Duke pet, and the vestige in 360 kills. Vardorvis, I have like 1,000 kills with no Virtus pieces, although I have the head and the vestige. I mean, what is going on here? Not that I'm complaining. Hey, you're not my pet. Not that I'm complaining, but like, damn. Let's go, though. Now, unfortunately, that does mean that next time I get a boss task, I'm going to be really tempted to go back to Leviathan, because it's pretty likely that I've already hit a couple of the drop tables for the vestige, and going back there would probably end up being a fairly quick log. So maybe next boss task will be going back, but for now, we're just going to put him in here for the rest of his days with all of his friends. And I think that's going to do it for the video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, don't forget to hit the like button, check if you're subscribed, and don't forget to leave me a comment for tasks that you want to see me do for the YouTube comment sections. I haven't actually posted the first video yet. It's supposed to go up in 2 days, so I don't have any tasks yet. So I would love some more comments so I can add some to the list. And other than that, I'll see you in the next one. I want to give a big thank you to all of my channel members who make these videos possible, especially my tier 3 Big Spoon channel members, Dolph, Fading Shadow, 3 Up 3 Down, Loki FM, Jack Staumer, and Slyman Bran. I really do appreciate it, guys. And if you want to see your name here in the credits for the rest of the series, consider becoming a channel member. The lowest tier is only $2 a month, and it really helps me out. Thank you.